very important in nation building, within the home, and in passing on values for the next generation. You're welcome to the BRR show. My name is Oluwatobi Sola-Abiola. The BRR show is a show where we have conversations relating to business, relationships, and real-life issues. We'll go on a break very quickly, and we'll dive into the conversation for today. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. This is a perfect time to say thank you to all our viewers and subscribers over the last few weeks and months. Your contributions, your comments have been really encouraging. Thank you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to somebody that you think would benefit from this video. On the show today, we have the motherhood conversation, where it is that as women, we sometimes may feel that we're left out on the progress of life, based on the fact that we have to deliver in producing the next generation in terms of childbearing, in terms of holding on our career to ensure that the children in which we give birth to are comfortable and okay. On the show today, we have Modupe Nnebedum, who is a mom of 5 amazing children. At some point or the other in the course of her childbearing process, she had to put her life on hold to attend to her children. She brings another perspective to the conversation we are having today. And if you'd watched earlier episodes of the BRR show, we've had the life map design. And so there should be an intersection between motherhood and the importance of having a life map design for women and mothers especially. On the show today, we have Coach David Adeoye Abodure. And so the two of them would help us in driving this conversation better. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, Modupe.
Thank you for having me as well.
So give us a background.
Okay, so like she earlier said, my name is Modupe Nnebedum, and I have 5 beautiful kids with a set of twins. So I have a girl and 4 boys. So it's actually a full house. And then coming to life map, having a life map, I think it's necessary and important because having 5 kids, you have a life as a mother, and then you didn't plan to have 5 kids. Now you have kids, even if it's one. Sometimes, on my journey, I've met women that they had to leave work because of the child, so that they can create more time for them, for the family. And then at the end of the day, you realize that gradually you're losing yourself because you want to build a home, lay a good foundation for your children, the values, nurture them the right way. And then you're giving yourself and you're beginning to lose yourself, to lose your essence, kind of. And then it starts affecting your self-esteem. You don't want to go out again. Then one day you wake up and you're lost and stuck. And then the same kids that gave you so much joy that you're happy about, you begin to resent them unconsciously. And then there's challenge in the home. It's a lot. So, it's a wonderful thing. I have experienced this life map, and it's a wonderful thing. And I'm glad that, on my journey, I was able to go for therapy, and then I was able to find my feet back, And then having done the life map, I realized that I'm on the right path. So I want to know, how can a mother and a wife balance the home front responsibilities and then at the same time our own life, being able to live a life of purpose and fulfillment, and at the same time nurturing our children and being able to put the family together?
The need for balance means that life is not balanced. If something were to be balanced, why do you want to balance it? So motherhood is an out of balance journey. And it's okay to not be balanced. You cannot be balanced when things like the birth of a child happens. There'll be some months or weeks after the birth, all things being equal, you don't experience things like postpartum depression. You don't experience after surgery traumas. There'll be some disbalance. There's 2 people in the house before, or 4 people in the house, and that one has joined. So there'll be some disbalance. There's some crying overnight. There'll be some night cryings. There'll be some sleepless nights. It's okay. So it's okay not to be okay. And the idea that life is easy or a bed of roses, when it comes to parenting, that entire facade is tested. It's the first test every couple will go through. And if you must have children, brace up. It doesn't mean that the woman is a failure. It doesn't mean that she's not okay. It doesn't mean that she's running mad. It's just a phase of life that's happening. And it's a natural process. So the first solution is to accept that I'm in a good place and nothing is wrong with me. I'm not sick. I'm not depressed because of anything. I'm just passing through natural phase of life. Now, accepting that phase, because many women were not even ready for it. Nobody, for whatever reason, calls women and explains that when you give birth, expect the following things. 1, sleepless nights. 2, a lot of stress. 3, you stop owning yourself. 4, this is your anger levels. Nobody sits with women to explain all these things in detail, what changes they should expect. We just bump into it and they wumble and fumble to the final, which is very sad. There must be preparatory intervention. So that's on one leg. The other leg is that you will not be able to escape the life of your children as a woman. Men may escape, in quotes, meaning once the child is born, dependence for the first few years will be on the mother. Some men will be involved to some extent, many men nowadays, but the involvement of a mother runs deep. The commitment is totally absolute. If your child as a woman is not feeling fine, you're not feeling fine. A man may sleep when the child is not feeling fine. Once he eats his food, he will find a means of dozing off. But a mother cannot. Just a psychological bond between the baby and the mother. So all of these things create a level of emotional imbalance for the woman. And that imbalance must be taken care of deliberately to be rebalanced. Husbands, family must support new mothers and mothers generally, because that's one of the beautiful things with the African communal living culture. We love to take care of one another. Somebody gives birth, a whole clan gathers around them. Somebody gives birth, in the olden days, there's an auntie to help you wash, there's an auntie to do this, there's a younger brother to go and do this. Nowadays, men develops, it's only you and your husband. And the social systems are not there. So women are actually at their wit's end. And this reinforces the need to sit down and remap your life in the face of the convergent and divergent new things happening. You must sit down and reevaluate. You must sit down and reevaluate deeply. First of all, accepting what you are. There are many women who have not accepted their marriage. They've not accepted their first child, second child, third child, up to child number X, and those children are now in university, or those children have not even graduated, but they've not accepted that they are married. There are women like there are changes that happen to a woman when she's single versus when she's married. When first child comes, she's changed. Second child comes, she's changed. Third child, for every single child born, you are going through series of changes on different levels. You must accept those changes before we even start thinking about how to help those changes. And your husband and relatives must accept those changes. I, for example, feel that when women give birth to children, they become more short-fused. They become stronger warriors.
Really?
Stronger warriors.
Okay, short-fused.
Oh yeah. Some short-fused, some irritation begins to happen.
Yeah.
And
then we forget things.
Some patience, those are strong ones. Some patience, some more patience, some more calmness, yet some agitation. There's also forgetfulness.
Yes.
There are different things happen to a woman, and the husband, before if you ask your wife something, hey my dear, why did I keep this thing? She knows. She instinctively says, check the drawer, check this. But now that there's baby number 3, she's like, I don't know. If a man is not if a man is not calm and matured, it can get bad. She can try to put the key on the table. In the next 1 minute, she doesn't remember she put it on the table. Say, but I had the key with me now.
Your key is even in your bag, and then you are looking for
the
it,
key.
and then you still cannot find it in your
At
bag.
least you're looking for the key. Some people look for their glasses and they're wearing the glasses.
You understand? So because several things are going on. So, and this is not a sickness or a disease. It's life happening. So calm down and love. For example, your self-love as a mother must increase than when you are single. So how do you calibrate self-love? How do you know you love yourself more or less? When you were single, you had no occasion to doubt your self-love. There was no opportunity. You wake up loving yourself and fall asleep loving yourself or believing you. When you have children, you even don't remember a concept like self-love for several months or years.
Yes.
True.
Just, okay, how much do I love myself? You can't even, after child number 3 and 4, and after about 7, 8 years, 9, 10 years of marriage, see, how much do you love yourself? You're like, love, I don't even know. So have you eaten? So where's your homework? But those concepts, you are away from yourself. There's dissonance. You are totally another person in living for 4 people, your husband, your sons, your daughters. We've not put issues like economy, where now there's no money in the family, or we've not put in-law influences. We've not put your personal goals as a family. Many couples agree that once there's some money, tension goes away. What if there's not enough money? What about in-laws? What about friends and their stupid competition? You've not come to the bus stop of infidelity. The issues are plenty. Number 1, accept. Self-awareness, acceptance. Self-acceptance. Self-accept that these are the changes. We have all changed. Settle down and become another man. But if you keep expecting the old person to come back, or you keep remembering the old times, depression can set in. So that's the place to start from. And life design or life map is very important, because your life design or life map changes at each of these phases. Anyway, every month or every 2 months, your predominant life design changes at some micro level. But when you give birth to children, the change is mega. Then when they are twins, it's another mega change. I know a woman who gave birth to quadruplets twice.
Wow.
I was telling the husband, I say your wife is times 4 changed. Now that these new 4 children have come, she's now another times 4. At the minimum, you have, in your own case, it's quantum leap. With every child, all those 4 children, there's a leap. If they were 1, 1, 1, 1, you're lucky that the change is very little. When it is like 4 at once, that's mega change. So you need to plot your life map and life design and ponder and be intentional about finding who you are now as a person. Like forgetfulness. Many women don't know. Medical doctors don't prepare them. Nobody tells women that when you give birth to children, your ability to recall and remember will reduce. It's natural. Many women think it's a big problem. As simple come to me for prayers. Say, I think I'm bringing my memories. Let's pray that my memory will be as sharp as after 3 children. It can't be. Naturally, it just has a way it works. Some of your brain, your son and daughter, they've taken some. She said, yeah, they've taken some. Said, wow. I know a lady who lost her voice. She's a musician. She was weeping profusely. She said, does that mean I cannot sing? I said, no. You don't have to go to training. You have to go back to music school to perfect that voice back. But a natural process has happened. So acceptance, the new revelation of who you are must hit you, and there must be no shine away from. What about body fat? I've seen all sorts. People are now they don't come to church. And people now sit at the back. They stop calling their old friends, and then stupid family. I'm sorry, you're stupid. Family members meet them say, you don't even watch your weight. Because I give out to children. At least me now, I give out to 6 or 7. How is it to your husband, what are you watching? Those are negative things to say to a young mother. Those are very useless things. Those people should be hanged, but be said commonplace. We are adding to the psychological, and the woman and the man may laugh. I mean, like,
But
but when she gets home at night alone,
traumatizing.
and then social media is very much, she begins to scroll her old pictures. When she was fit for, see me with the jeans. I have to accept I'm bored. I saw my, mommy that I used to have. This morning I thought about it. I just laughed it off. Said, well, as another phase of life. No problem. Now boldness has happened. I'm laughing at myself. We must be able to laugh at ourselves and move on and accept new changes. And then do life design mapping for that new phase. Accepting that my new fashion. The first day the Baba recommended that I needed to be doing skin. Skin. When I'm not as guru. No, I must do my hair a certain way. I like this style. Nobody convinced me. And I'll do skin. And I wear it very well now. But the time I didn't feel like it. So we must go past that part by embracing the new life design. But you cannot embrace what you cannot even see or hear about. Yeah. So that's it.
Okay. You cannot embrace what you cannot see. This is a good place to go on a commercial break. When we return, we'll continue with the conversation. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. You are still on to the BRR show. Before we went on a break, we were discussing how it is that the reality of women and mothers, especially, have taken a toll on their development and their ambitions in life. And so the next question really would be about how it is that our guest mentioned earlier in the show that as women, our lives change according to the patterns or the realities on ground. So childbearing, for instance, would make us have a different disposition towards life. And so if we're having a life map designed for women and mothers, how relevant is it to the realities of what they're currently going through?
Very relevant because your life changes with each child. In about 60 days to 90 days, your life changes. So I recommend one life design session every quarter, particularly for mothers. Wow. Every quarter. Because your life is changing constantly based on what's happening in your life, how your in-laws are relating with you. I mean, very docile, timid people become very aggressive. Very aggressive people become very timid. The switches and the differences are plenty. So a life design map will show you like a snapshot, like a film plan of what's going on in your life at different parts at different times. It's also a self-awareness tool that allows you to know what are the changes I'm going through and what are the adjustments I need to make, and written down and calibrated. So you know whether you're improving, whether you're capturing the changes well, whether you're reacting to the changes well, whether you should seek for help, whether you should not seek for help. I mean, the changes are numerous. The time we have on the show cannot be enough to deal with all the changes, but they are numerous. Forgetfulness is a little part of it. And see, the beautiful thing is that, again, recovery is possible. So if there are memory challenges, there's something called memory techniques or memory psychology. How do you begin to grow your memory back? Some people is musical capacity, some people is artistic capacity, because you need to recover those things back. So a life design map will help you show that this part is dropping, this map is dropping, this part is dropping, this part is dropping. We need to incorporate this, remix, get another skill. I mean, a lady lost her musical skill. She was a guitarist. And I remember she came to see me and I told her and I encouraged her, I said, pick up another one. Don't go back to guitar. So she picked up keyboard and she's mastered it.
Wow.
So you need to keep finding your best possible self, because motherhood as an institution rests on the shoulder of motherhood, of mothers. And for some reason, fathers are not as invested. You know, okay, infest is infestation. Invest is money. So fathers are not as invested and infested with. Yes, yeah. Wow. Yeah, with all the things that happen with the child. But mothers are totally invested and infested. They are seldom do you have fathers who are that. It's not common and it's not possible. Women are much more entwined at the level of their soul with their children. And so a life design map is necessary to help them track. They need it the most.
So for some people hearing about this life design for the very first time, what does it really mean, and how is it that one can be able to?
It's actually about having a snapshot, a picture of the predominant situation around you at that time, and to get actionable intelligence with insight that you can use to actually make the best advantage for that moment you are in a way that doesn't damage who you are as a person, and gives you the unusual thing about life design or life mapping is the insight it provides in situ and at the moment that helps you to be the best possible version of yourself that you can be at that time.
Okay, so like I said, I wanted to understand how this works for mothers, because from what you said now, that means it's going to help us not completely lose ourselves. So even amidst you giving yourself to your family, to your children, you're still seeing the picture of you and then what you want to achieve and then the things that you need to do.
Yes.
And then thank God we have online, everything can be done online. You can learn new skills online. You can do a lot of things online. So you're also investing in yourself, and it's also part of self-love.
Yep.
So you can get your confidence, your self-esteem back.
Yep.
You're not completely lost.
Yep.
So it's like as you're nurturing your kids, you're also nurturing yourself back to life.
Absolutely. And we need mothers who are strong, who are not just strong in a month or 2 or 3 or 4. We need mothers who are strong for all seasons. Mothers need to be strong for all seasons, because mothers actually, that's the hand that rocks the cradle, and that hand rules the world. The behaviors we see in society are a direct outcome of motherhood.
Wow.
Although I also believe that for a balance, we have an overmothered generation. The female folks and mothers in the past 20 years have gotten stronger than fathers.
Okay.
Fathers, particularly in the black pigment race, are more absent. So we have an overmothered generation. Oh yeah. We have. When you discuss with people in town, they are so feminine in orientation. And I'm sorry to say that. I say that with all sense of respect, and that's a challenge to men. That stop going to prison, dear men. Stop doing things that will make you die young.
Dear men.
Dear men, please take care of yourselves too. Seldom do you see a man that has a pedicurist, a manicurist, takes care of their skin, use that. He just guys use anointing oil or pomade or robe, not robe, or Vaseline. Just rub Vaseline, that's all. Amatano, Vaseline, and at the time, not even cream the whole body. If the wife does not pick his socks, it will be smelling like Iru. You understand? Locust bean. You understand? Most men take their bath only once, brush once. Most women do 2 times. Despite all this energy that women must spend, they you see a woman say, oh, we're having girls' night out. All of us are going somewhere. They do destination trip. But men, if they don't force themselves, they won't go for vacation. You understand? It's bad. It's a very bad thing. And so we have more men dying on time. The woman has a medical condition. She's at the doctor's place. A man is having a chronic medical condition that is something that's been long and ongoing. We still get doctor be smiling. Say, how is that? Say, I'm fine. My friend complain. Let them know what the problem is.
What is it exactly?
You understand what's doing you? I say, doctor, we're just fine. This is my stomach. But just hear a woman should be talking about what she needs to go through. A woman has a therapist. She has a coach. She has a group of friends. Men are dying. They don't tell their fellow men. Say, I have this symptom in my body. No, before me macho. Until the thing is very bad. Wow. But a woman has a small symptom, she has somebody to call to. So, I'm saying that we need more men who are present. Then women don't do things brazen that put them in jail. The way men, black pigment men all over the world, men of the black race, we need to be more present in the life of our children. So we have an overmothered generation. If you check social media, just be watching people's arguments. It's like they are all mommy's children. There are a lot of mommy's children outside. So the masculine behavior is getting less in town. People don't know what it means to be a man. People are very, very fickle in some ways. I'm like, what's wrong with these guys? And then I found out you go to a whole teenage camp, and it's the guys that are doing music, they are doing camera. The boys are just there saying, yeah. Like, what's yeah now? You go for interview, and you see 10 ladies on bachelor's degree holders. Their diction, body language, their hair, everything together. You can't find 3 boys. For every 10 girls who are ready to take a job, you can't find three guys. I say, define economics for me. Say, yeah, for a sis like this. Study of man's environment according to economics. The same thing I did in. I'm like, sit up. Define economics, but if you see the girl, the way she will come in, the way she will place her bag, so economics is the study of this, the way she uses her hand, her hair, her nails, everything is well. But the guy, his shoes have his flying shirt. You will know that the tie and the neck and the shirt are different sizes. So this guy come from farm, body odor. But women, so what happens is that they start their careers together. Managers prefer girls, ladies now more. So we have a whole generation of men who are weak, who have no father figure, in my opinion. Also, we need more men to be present. Seldom do women teach their sons how to wash cars. It's a father that will say, hey, Saturday morning, so come over, pick the brush. This is how to wash tire. This is how to mow the lawn. Women have what they also teach. My point is, fathers need to be more present, by the way, in the life of their children. And so, back to life design. Sorry for that digression. If we don't have life design, it is what you understand that you can manage. It's what you have calibrated that you can redimension. So all these changes are happening to you with no life design map beside you to help you track the changes per time as they are happening. You don't even know the delta. You don't know who the genius in you and your potentials that you've even lost. You had them before. But like we said, child know what happens to make you lose some of them. In-law influences. By the time a mother-in-law and a sister-in-law gang up on you, some of your creative gifts will fly out of the room. You don't even know that, I'm beginning to get stressed. I'm beginning to get like this. So a life design map will help you to see progressively who you've been, what is the delta, what you need to adjust, where you need your husband's influence, how your children are also changing you. I know a woman who has 2 stubborn boys. Thank God that the man is a present man. But anytime I look at those boys, I'm like, I hope this man knows that he has, because they're just like age 5 and 3. And I was raised among 4 boys. I was one of 4 boys. Boys have a certain way when they are growing up. As a man, I know. You need firm hand. Now, if you don't have a life design map to know that, why is my heart beating? Why is my heart always beating as a woman, beating very fast? I know when they come in, my heart is beating. When they leave, the beating stops. Your husband should take over. That beating thing must stop by somebody who has stronger authority. You just say, you guys sit down, pick your toy, that kind of thing. So that because if you're not careful, that beating heart can now result into real high blood pressure and when the children are gone away to school, finally when they grow up, your heart still beats at that 2 o'clock in the afternoon when they're supposed to return from school. Because your heart has established how to beat. But if you have a life design map that says in the afternoon, your meridian has changed, your heart is beating more in the afternoon. Why? Let's investigate it. A life design coach can help you find that out. Or someone that understands how to read. Your heart is beating too fast. The vibration in your heart is too much. It's because your children are going to return. And when they return, God bless the house. So we can say, Daddy, take over. At 2, be on standby. To either call them and say, if I call them over and say, I hear people are running. If I catch you people this evening, it's just someone to instill some calmness. So that's what it does. It helps you to calibrate and look at the deltas and what you need to do and what kind of support you're looking for.
So that means in doing all of this, you also need the support of your husband. Your husband needs to know and understand that these changes are going on part time.
And the whole community. Look, there are times to cut the young mother slack. There will be mood changes. That they should not be happy for whatever reason. Let everybody in the family know that if you call her, she doesn't pick her phone. She's supposed to SMS you back and she doesn't SMS you back. She doesn't disrespect you. It's just that she's changing. She's just changing. So please calm down. And I don't know why elderly women like mother-in-laws who have gone through all of this are chief stressing officers.
Oh my goodness.
I don't understand how that happens.
This is a good place to increase your mic, sir.
I don't know how. You are a mother-in-law. You've passed through this exact same thing. You know what it means. Yet you are the chief person stressing the young woman. Same in offices. You hear the director saying that we all give birth to children. We don't know this one. Say, how many have you given birth to? It's not your first daughter. Say, I'm going to the antenatal. Your head is not correct. as a guest in the organization, I didn't know when my hand wanted to come out of my pocket to slap you, man. See, you are you. A woman, you've been through everything. You should actually empathize more with a young woman. Nobody is saying people should not be productive, but please empathize. So a life design map is important, like the way we have a medical checkup for mothers and nursing mothers, especially, or women who are still taking care of their children. I've not come to adolescence, both male and female. There comes an age where your children feel they're smarter than you, and you, their mother, is the dunce. And actually, they are next made to God. Between 13 and 18, that age will come. They're going to look at you like, why are you shouting? I mean, when your son, who is now like, you're looking at him like that, like for you to talk to him, you must look up fully, like I look at the pole. When he looks at you and say, why are you yelling now?
I mean, and I think it's prevalent with this generation.
Now they're going to tell you, I see you're shouting too much.
Yes, your voice is too
Even
loud.
when they're not as tall as that, they're still telling you.
You understand? Your voice is, why are you shouting? Why? You want me to pick this, I will pick it. But it's not to do the shouting. And you feel very stupid in yourself.
That's true. Wow.
I actually shouted. You need, and from there, some lack of self-confidence can happen. When your children are teenagers, you find yourself now competing with your daughter or competing with your son for common sense. You want to build an argument to win him. He wants to build an argument to win you, and then you're going to look at each other like, is someone mad? Am I mad? There's civil wars. If you don't have a very mature and intelligent man in the house or family member who can regulate, he's going to use aunties and uncles. You call auntie, report them to uncle. That's why our parents reported us to one uncle, one auntie, knowing that we have seen them finish. But those uncles and aunties are our newcomers because they are not their way. So they call you and say, did you shout at mommy? Say, no, don't mind mommy, Jare. Say, you got to apologize now. It's not a psychological community raising method. Because your parents are, because between you and them, you have seen each other finish. Say, mommy will shout and keep quiet. I mean, you got to a point where daddy will beat you 12 strokes. It's not 12 strokes. You don't have like that. That the man will drop the cane. Sit down. Like, cane will not run the madness in your body. Will not run the software. No, calm down. Sit down. They will not tell you things that will pain you. When they say you want to cry, they say, you are my child. You're supposed to be successful. Because they found out that the way you research your hand, you have outgrown the cane. So there's a lot. And you see, as a man, you've grown pot belly. You are now a certain age. Your English has, I mean, migrants are having a very hard time. I mean, when your children begin to talk to you about English language, say, Mom, it's not cupboard, it's cupboard. Dad, it's not boulevard, it's boulevard. As an African race, your NBC opinion should use slap, but the child is correct. Their tongue is closer to the community. So you need life map session so that your self-confidence has reduced. That your son is now more brilliant than you. I mean, I know a family who, they're in the US. When their children are speaking, the father and mother cannot hear what they are saying. They're speaking core American accent. So when they want to speak to daddy and mommy, they change to Nigerian accent. And then so the father at times will call the first one and say, what's your sister saying?
Oh my goodness.
They say, what's your sister saying? I used to visit them. I would be flat on the floor laughing. I say, no, if you want to hear what is like, better call down. That's interpreter. Come, you, Samson, come. What's Elizabeth saying? Tell her that in the same house. So I saw the man that his self-confidence has dropped because now his son knows something more than him. I mean, starting from remote, there are functions on your phone that your 2-year-old child knows because they are digital natives. So see that thing of hello, the parents to say hello, change the channel for me. Some of it is because they don't know the new way to change the channel. but old African parents will do it bragado. Hello, big remote, change channel, increase the color, reduce the volume. You didn't know that they didn't know. But these current children will figure out that Daddy, there's no need to shout. I know you don't know it. Then they will laugh. So a life design map will show you that you need to humble yourself and know more collaborative ways to raise your children. All right, so those are the advantages of having life design, life mapping as you raise your children across the journey.
Thank you so much, Coach David. It was a really insightful conversation. Modupe, don't you think so?
Yeah, it is. I mean, information is key. Information is key.
And the fact that your children know more than you should not be a reason why you should feel
Intimidated.
Yeah, and that's part of progress. I mean,
At some point, they will know more than you. I know a young boy.
Eventually.
I know a young boy who can speak 3 languages. He's just 15. So when they go to outings and they're speaking German, the father will say, "Oh, we see the talk." He's so funny. I will say, "That you mean you don't understand that?" You don't call it. My friend, I said, "What are they saying?" So that they say that we don't have money, that what we have is blah, blah, blah. So one day the mother looked at the father and said, "What if Paul is lying to you?" Paul said, "But you know, Mom, I don't lie. Just that daddy doesn't like to be told that he doesn't understand something. So I must not say the way they are saying it." The mother was laughing. And I was just laughing. So the man told me later and I said, "Can you see this boy? This is your mother's family that don't know anything." You know, and at some point your children from about 13, no, from about 6, we know some things you don't know. From 6, they know some things you don't know. By 13, they will demonstrate it. By 15, you're going to have full-blooded argument that you will know that you are the ignorant party. Global issues.
Wow.
Climate warming. They will give you statistics. Say that, Japan had this carbon footprint this year. And then you look at it, I thought Nigeria carbon footprint was bigger. No. Daddy, it's actually Singapore that's the biggest. It's just that they have this new system where they filter. If you don't know how to embrace those conversations and not feel like you're not the inferior party, you can't correct them anymore. Because they're trying to wrestle control from you. That's what's going on psychologically. They want to wrestle control. By showing that there's something you don't know, they psychologically want to wrestle control. So if you don't know by life mapping intelligence or life design, I'm at that place where they know more than me now. So you have to switch your managerial style.
It's okay.
That's the end. You will lose control. So they'll be telling you when they want to sleep, when they want to wake up. And children always wrestle. From about 8, they'll be wrestling control. I mean, somebody told the mother, say, "Are you not going to pick your parents' call?" I mean, the mother was calling. The mother, she was in the kitchen. She was something. "I'll call mommy later." That's how the young girl said, "Mommy, are you saying you don't want to call? You don't want to pick your mommy's call? You don't want to listen to your mommy?" Remember you told me about a daughter that was not listening to her mother. It was just about this one girl. The mother said, This man said, no. You told me about this, about listening to my mommy. And now your own mommy is calling you. You are not listening. Then she walked out of the kitchen. I was standing in the kitchen. I laughed. My head wanted to enter the sink. But the girl is right.
Absolutely. And these are conversations that are real. And we must begin to embrace as mothers, as parents, to have a more wholesome society. It was a beautiful conversation we had today with Coach David Adeoye and Modupe Nnebedum. Thank you for stopping by today, and we look forward to having you around again subsequently.
Thank you.
Till we come your way again, stay blessed and stay lifted. Bye for now.
Thank you. Yeah.